Hello, welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. Law enforcement officials are looking for a new Tazewell man charged in several thefts and burglaries that span over 2 counties. 38-year-old Jason Carbone is wanted in connection with numerous burglary cases in both Claiborne and Union counties. Tazewell Police Sergeant Sean Good asked the public to be on the lookout for him. Carbone is wanted after officials found alleged stolen items at his home in New Tazewell. Deputies Josh Fields and Dwayne Napier acted on an anonymous tip and located a U-Haul trailer that was reported missing from a Tazewell location at Carbone's home. Carbone is also connected with thefts in the city of New Tazewell and in Claiborne County and even Union County. Sergeant Good and Patrolman Philip Stubblefield of the Tazewell Police Department, Chief Ben Evans of the New Tazewell Police Department, and Detective Anthony Vayon of the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office are all working together in an attempt to locate Carbone. Carbone is currently charged in Claiborne County with burglary and 3 cases of theft of property over $1,000. Other charges are pending in Claiborne County as well as Union County. According to Sergeant Good, he is on the run and could be anywhere, but they have information that he could be hiding in Middlesboro. He has brown hair, green eyes, and is 6 feet tall and weighs approximately 145 pounds and could be driving a black Denali. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you are asked to call 911 immediately. A vehicle pursuit ended with a bomb scare Thursday afternoon on Cedar Fork Road in Tazewell. The traffic was stopped in both directions for some time at the intersection of Highway 25 and Tazewell. According to Director of Claiborne County Office of Emergency Management, Homeland Security, David Breeding, officers with the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office were in pursuit of a vehicle. The Sheriff's Office reported in a press release Friday that the pursuit took place after an individual allegedly discharged a firearm in a residence on Sandifer Lane in Tazewell. The suspects, Jeremy Redden and Virginia Redden, both from Virginia, fled the scene. Officers attempted to stop the vehicle, but the pair continued and threw items out during their pursuit. According to the release, at one point, officers made contact with Redden's vehicle when he stopped abruptly before continuing in his attempt to escape authorities. The pursuit then ended when Redden stopped on Cedar Fork Road and both were apprehended, and the vehicle was then searched. During the search, explosive materials were found and the Knox County Bomb Squad was called to the scene. The explosive devices were rendered safe and Cedar Fork Road was reopened around 8 that night. Agencies that also responded to the scene were Tennessee Homeland Security, Tennessee Highway Patrol, THP's Bomb Squad, ATF, FBI, ATF Bomb Squad, and Arson and TEMA. Jeremy Redden was then transported to the Claiborne County Medical Center for treatment of minor injuries, and he does remain in custody. He is facing a list of charges that include felony evading through possession of explosive components and vandalism of county property with possible federal charges pending. Virginia Redden is being held at the Claiborne County Jail on similar charges. The investigation is ongoing by alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Former Lincoln Memorial University men's basketball coach, assistant coach, former Claiborne County School Board member, and father of country superstar Kenny Chesney was released from jail last Wednesday on his own recognizance. 72-year-old Dave Chesney was arrested and charged with aggravated assault and vandalism following an alleged altercation with his neighbor, 32-year-old Matthew Jones. Claiborne County General Sessions Judge Robert Estep set Chesney an own recognizance bond of $10,000. The report from the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office states that Chesney allegedly struck the victim numerous times on the right side of his face using his fist and also allegedly struck the victim in the left arm with a golf club. Claiborne County Sergeant Eddie Hurley was the arresting officer, and he was assisted on the scene by Claiborne County deputies Josh Fields and Dwayne Napier. Chesney is currently facing an upcoming court date in the case. Smoke in the Valley was held this past Saturday in Tazewell and was a huge success. It was a family-friendly event with plenty of drinks, food, and live entertainment from Southern rock legends Molly Hatchet, Blackfoot, and Jimmy Van Zandt. Camping was available on nearby grounds for the convenience of the concert goers. Concertgoers were encouraged to bring their own blankets or lawn chairs for seating, and security was on hand to ensure the safety of the families in attendance. The concert was such a huge success that plans are already underway to make the 2016 Smoke in the Valley an even larger event. Now, coming up after the break, we have the follow-up story on last week's Women of Service fashion show, and 2 LMU professors are currently making history. That information and more when we return.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. Classes are officially underway across all of Lincoln Memorial University. Campus is busy and buzzing with all programs from graduate to undergraduate. Schools across the nation started at the beginning of August following DeBuss College of Osteopathic Medicine, the Duncan School of Law, and the Lincoln Memorial University College of Veterinary Medicine. We want to wish everyone the best of luck in the 2015-2016 school year. And if you have back-to-school photos and would like to share them, you can always post them to our Facebook page at LMU-TV, and you can see them on our weekend edition. Lincoln Memorial University's Women of Service hosted Service Sweets and Style for Scholarships fashion show last Thursday inside the Tex Turner Arena. The fashion show featured clothing from retailers such as Belk, Signatures, Sweet Southern Blessings Boutique, and many more. LMU students, staff, and friends served as models, and shopping was available in the upper concourse of the arena. To tell us more about the night, Operations Manager Anthony Spinoza spoke with LMU Alumni Director Sheila Cosby.
Feel things went, Sheila?
I think it was a huge success. I'm very pleased to see all these people out tonight.
Approximately how much money do you think we've raised so far? I know it's not over and people are shopping and there will be late contributions coming in, but what do you think we have so far from tonight's event?
I know we had probably $5,000 going into it from the tables pre-sales that we knew that we had, so I'm hoping we raised an additional, I'm saying $2,000 to $3,000 on top of that. I'm hoping.
Who were some of the other ladies that helped you organize this event? I know it's not a one-man show or one lady show.
That's for sure. We had several people on the fashion show committee. Cindy Witt, myself, Kathy Chumley, there was Lacey Carver and Carissa Allen, who are graduate students here. We had Cindy Husk from the Morristown campus of LMU. We had Lynn Duncan, Congressman Duncan's wife. She helped us out. And we also had Susan Davis, who works at First Century Bank. So there was a team of us trying to put this on.
Well, great job tonight, and we look forward to next year.
Thank you very much.
Harrogate City Mayor Linda Fultz was also awarded the first Woman of Service Award during the event for her service to the community. 2 anatomy specialists from Lincoln Memorial University are currently assisting with the study of a dissection of a 76.3 feet blue whale. Dr. Robert Henry and Dr. Paul Nader are the two professors assisting to properly document the whale. A team from Royal Ontario Museum is the team researching the whale. As the largest animal to ever live, the blue whale can also be expected to have some record-breaking internal organs. There are tales of the whale's heart being as big as a car, but as finding intact specimen to research is very rare, the truth has been difficult to find out. When the blue whale washed on the shore in Newfoundland, Canada, the experts saw a valuable opportunity. The organ that they retrieved can be seen in a video clip taken from Big Blue Live, a new series coming soon to BBC One in the UK and PBS in the US. The series started on Sunday, October 23rd, and comes on at 7 o'clock on BBC One, and times and dates for PBS have not yet been announced. High school football is officially underway, and Adam Haley has been following it all and is going to bring you the very latest scores and statistics right after the break.
Out of the military, I was missing this camaraderie.
It's frustrating when you try and talk to people that don't understand.
I would be talking, but I wasn't there with them. You just feel so alone.
I still had the anger, I still had the addictions, but we didn't talk about that.
Came to a point where it's like, okay, I really need to talk to somebody about this.
Family more or less encouraged me, go to the VA, you're a veteran, see what they can do to help you.
When you have family, friends, when you have the facilities like the VA and the Vet Center, it gives me, it gives others encouragement to keep moving forward.
It's okay to go get help. It's okay to talk to people, because it takes true strength to ask for help.
Talking with other veterans was the best method for learning the roadmap to success.
Hear veterans' real stories of strength and recovery at maketheconnection.net.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back. The high school football season kicked off last Friday night with a number of local teams getting their first look at their team for 2015. The game that everyone in Southeast Kentucky was looking forward to was Bell County hosting Middlesboro on their new turf. It didn't take long for Bell County to get rid of the nasty taste of back-to-back losses to their rivals, as they rolled up 29 unanswered first-half points on their way to a 41-7 win over Middlesboro. Bobcat running back Trayton Humfleet led the rushing attack for Bell with 130 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns on only 13 carries. Middlesboro only had 125 yards total on the night. Elsewhere in Southeast Kentucky, Hazard's quarterback Cole Ratliff went 10 of 14 for 247 passing yards, ran the ball 9 times for 39 yards, and totaled up 3 touchdowns, as Hazard beat Pineville once again, 35-14. In East Tennessee, Granger started off the 2015 season with a big bang, knocking off Union County 58-6. Gibbs handed Campbell County their first loss of the season, 12-7. The Cougars may have lost twice in that game with Gibbs, as starting quarterback Zach Rutherford did not play in the second half due to a knee injury. Angelico snapped a 15-game losing streak with their win over Hancock County, 35-6. Now, later this week on the weekend edition of LMU Community TV Sports, we will preview the games coming up this weekend that includes the season openers for Claiborne, Cumberland Gap, Thomas Walker, and Lehigh. LMU Athletics is just days from getting started, and on Monday morning, the South Atlantic Conference announced the women's soccer preseason poll, and Lincoln Memorial was selected third by the South Atlantic Conference coaches. LMU selected behind 12th-ranked Lenore Ryan and Wingate. LMU forward Michelle Hunter was also selected to the conference preseason second team. The ladies will start their season on September 4th in Montevallo, Alabama, against West Alabama. The Sprint Cup Series spent the weekend in nearby Bristol, Tennessee for the Irwin Tools Night Race. And once again this week, Joe Gibbs Racing not only took the pole position, they racked up the first three starting positions, with Denny Hamlin taking the pole, followed by Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards on the starting grid. While the three JGR drivers would lead a total of 320 laps out of the 500, they would not lead the last lap. Joey Logano took the lead after a series of pit stops late and held off a charging Kevin Harvick to pick up his second Bristol win and the third win of the season. Harvick finished second for the second straight week. He now has 17 top 5 finishes this season, which is a new career high for Harvick. Denny Hamlin took third, followed by Jimmy Johnson and Clint Boyer. Kyle Busch, with his 8th place finish, gained a little in the point standings, as he is now 46 points ahead of 31st place Cole Witt, which would keep him in the chase. The Sprint Cup Series will take the weekend off before traveling to Darlington, South Carolina in 2 weeks. The Tennessee Smokies are on the road this week for a 5-game set with the Chattanooga Lookouts. Tennessee's coming off a series with Montgomery in which the Smokies only won 3 out of the 6. This weekend, after their trip to Chattanooga, the Smokies will play host to the Jacksonville Suns, which will be the last time you'll be able to see the Smokies at home this season. To find out more about the Smokies, you can go to smokiesbaseball.com. And finally, this week is it. We're concluding our LMU Community TV Best Animated Movie Bracket. 8 movies enter the final rounds, and here's a sneak peek at what our crew thought about the final 8.
I feel like this is going to be easier than we think it will.
I don't know. I disagree.
Lion King versus the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Lion King.
Lion King.
I love how that
easy
went.
pass.
Because it's better than everything.
It's better than it, yeah. It
Except for the Legend of Sleepy Hollow segment.
So realistically, the Lion King only got 2 votes there.
It really did.
It did. But you like, guys, I love Hunchback of Notre Dame, but you can't let it win this.
How can you?
Lion King is way better.
Look at Circle of Life. What are you like? That I can't even believe this is happening.
Lion King
right
has
now.
the best music.
This is insane to me.
It's Hamlet. It's everything. Lion King is the full package.
It is. It's like this. It's like nostalgia. I mean, it's pure nostalgia. Lion King is just everything. It's so good.
And it's like nostalgia that holds up. It's not like Space Jam where we're like, haha, Michael Jordan. It's legitimately
and
amazing.
you can't even pull the like, oh, Hunchback so much darker, because Lion King has like murder, regicide, and then he like blames the death on the kid and like sends him into exile to be killed. I'm just loving this discussion.
They haven't even given us a chance to vote.
I think you guys have heard from the Lion King party, so...
Okay, Hunchback party? Okay.
We didn't even get a chance to even like...
I mean, I do love the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I do, and...
Me too, but it's like...
Honestly,
it's
I just love the
here in
discussion that
comparison.
happened with Lion King just now, so... Lion King.
Jessica.
Lion King.
Lily.
Lion King.
Like, I'm just in...
I told you guys that was going to be easier than we thought it would be.
The entire video can be seen on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/LMU-TV. Now stay tuned after the break, as Joseph Lewis will let us know if Straight Outta Compton was still good enough to take the top of the box office in this week's box office report when we return here to LMU Community TV News.
She couldn't wait. She had imagined the day for as long as she could remember.
The anticipation had been building.
The shopping, the dress, the jewelry.
Celebrating with her friends would be the sign that they had finally made it.
Only she didn't make it.
According to MAD.org, teen alcohol use kills 4,700 people each year. That's more than all illegal drugs combined.
Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens, and about a quarter of those crashes involve an underage drinker.
Don't add to these statistics.
Take a stand against underage drinking.
The future is in your hands.
1.
2.
Me.
1 in 3 teens in the U.S. is a victim of abuse by a dating partner.
Numbers are important in sports, but now the number we want is 0. 0 victims, 0 offenders, no more.
We make up a larger team, Abe's team.
We're asking you to join Abe's team and be a part of No More.
So maybe you're wondering, what does it take to be on Abe's team?
Active bystander efforts. Step in when you see someone needs help.
Ask what you can do. Believe victims. Extend your support.
Act better everywhere and expect your friends to do so too.
Always be enthusiastic, especially in obtaining consent.
Avoid belligerent egos who coerce, bully, or threaten.
Alcohol brings error, and I will not leave a friend behind.
Join Abe's team and say no more. Let's be #AbeHealthy.
Lincoln once said, "When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. And that is my religion." In the spirit of Lincoln, let us support one another to do good. Join Abe's team and be Abe healthy by participating in active bystander efforts.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led for the second week in a row by Straight Outta Compton, adding $26 million onto its now $111 million domestic gross, and making the film Universal's 7th 2015 release to cross the $100 million mark, alongside Jurassic World, Furious 7, and Trainwreck, among others. Following at number 2, once again, was Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation with $12 million, bringing its total domestic gross to $157 million. And rounding out the top 3 was Sinister 2 in its debut, starting its run with $10 million, a low figure considering the commercial success and positive reception received by the previous film. Meanwhile, the weekend's other newcomers performed rather poorly, with the critically derided Hitman Agent 47 pulling only $8 million, and the undermarketed American Ultra drawing a mere $5.5 million. In terms of financial success, this summer has unquestionably been dominated by Jurassic World, and it's worth noting that this weekend was the first of its 11 weekends in theaters in which it broke less than $1 million. This kind of long-term, non-stop business is frankly rare even for the biggest of studio tentpole releases, and the success of this prehistorically minded blockbuster proves that when a good story is paired with eye-popping spectacle, winning performances, and smart writing, audiences will still turn out in droves to see Hollywood do what it claims to do best. In review this week is American Ultra, an action comedy in which Jesse Eisenberg stars as Mike Howell, a stoner convenience store clerk targeted by the government after an unexpected altercation with 2 of their men ends in a double fatality. Kristen Stewart co-stars as his long-suffering girlfriend Phoebe, and the two quickly find themselves on the lam once Mike discovers that he is part of the CIA's mysterious Ultra program, an initiative to create Manchurian Candidate-style sleeper agents within the civilian population. American Ultra is written by Max Landis, previously responsible for 2012's gritty found-footage superhero movie Chronicle, and his knack for building strong characters certainly shines through in this film. The first 20 or so minutes are spent establishing the unusual and often strained romantic relationship between Mike and Phoebe, and though there are jokes throughout, Eisenberg and Stewart have such natural chemistry together and play each scene so earnestly that one believes in and invests in them as a couple almost immediately. While this early material goes a long way toward grounding the film, the story becomes more scattershot once focus shifts to the government and both broad comedy and high-stakes action come to the forefront. The CIA material falls flat, largely due to the dull, unfunny performances given by Connie Britton, Bill Pullman, and charisma vacuum Topher Grace. American Ultra desperately wants to be a subversive genre mashup in the vein of Pineapple Express, and even reiterates some of the same story beats, though this film is nowhere near as clever and combines its humor with its insane action far less gracefully. However, when the action does kick into gear and Eisenberg goes toe-to-toe with countless assassins, including an agreeably over-the-top Walton Goggins, the mayhem that ensues is kind of thrilling just by virtue of how starkly it contrasts with the relatively low-key material surrounding it, directed with kinetic energy by Nima Nourizadeh. While American Ultra as a whole falls somewhere between entertaining and forgettable, Eisenberg and Stewart vastly outshine everything else. It's a testament to their abilities as actors that even though they already played out a romance together in 2009's Adventureland, they managed to create 2 completely different characters here with a chemistry that's every bit as convincing, one that leaves the viewer wishing that their characters had taken the lead in a different, better movie. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis. She couldn't wait.
She had imagined the day for as long as she could remember.
The anticipation had been building.
The shopping, the dress, the jewelry.
Celebrating with her friends would be the sign that they had finally made it.
Only she didn't make it.
According to MAD.org, teen alcohol use kills 4,700 people each year. That's more than all illegal drugs combined.
Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens, and about a quarter of those crashes involve an underage drinker.
Don't add to these statistics.
Take a stand against underage drinking.
The future is in your hands.
One. Two.
Me.
1 in 3 teens in the U.S. is a victim of abuse by a dating partner.
Numbers are important in sports, but now the number we want is 0. 0 victims, 0 offenders, no more.
We make up a larger team, Abe's team.
We're asking you to join Abe's team and be a part of No More. So maybe you're wondering, what does it take to be on Abe's team?
Active bystander efforts. Step in when you see someone needs help.
Ask what you can do. Believe victims. Extend your support.
Act better everywhere and expect your friends to do so too.
Always be enthusiastic, especially in obtaining consent.
Avoid belligerent egos who coerce, bully, or threaten.
Alcohol brings error, and I will not leave a friend behind.
Join Abe's team and say no more. Let's be #AbeHealthy.
And Lincoln once said, when I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. And that is my religion. In the spirit of Lincoln, let us support one another to do good. Join Abe's team and be Abe healthy by participating in active bystander efforts.
And as we close up this Monday edition of the news, I guess, Adam, you can tell us a little bit about what's going on in football.
We got 2 local teams inside of Claiborne County. It's going to kick off this Friday night. One of them's going to be at home. One's going to be on the road. The one being on the road will be the Cumberland Gap Panthers. They'll be on the road in Sneedville taking on the Hancock County Indians. With it being Cumberland Gap's first game, they're obviously going for their first win, but Hancock County also going for their first win of the season after losing to Jellicoe last Friday night. Claiborne will be at home. They'll be hosting Union County. It'll be the start of the Jatan Evans era. So Coach Evans will be going for his first win ever as a head coach, while Tommy Ruiz, which is the new coach at Union County, will be going for his first win at Union County since his college job up in the state of Kentucky. We're going to have the Claiborne game broadcasted live on radio. That's going to be on 91.3 FM, WLMU. Myself and Ashenola will have that call. Pregame starts at 6 o'clock with Spotlight on Tri-State football. At 6:30, we have Murphy's matchups with Murphy Fair. And then myself and Ash will take over live at 7 o'clock at the field. We'll also have our LMU Community TV news, or LMU Community TV sports crew there with the LMU Sports Network recording that. And we'll have that game on tape delay coming up next week. So it'll be Claiborne versus Union County. And again, go out support the Panthers also on the road as they take on Hancock County on Friday night.
That's a long drive, though, when you could come to Claiborne.
Hancock County is a little bit farther than Claiborne, but at the same time, it's a lot shorter of drive than what you're going to see in the following weeks.
That's very, very true. So support both teams, both local teams. So if you're out of towner, you can pick one and stick with them for your 4 years here. Yep. But I think that's going to do it for today.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Adam Haley.
For everyone behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley. We'll see you Thursday.